Hi, my name is Mike Messier. Welcome to the Short Film Showcase. It's a brand new show here, and what we're going to do is we're going to feature short films from local filmmakers in the southern New England area. If you'd like your film to be on the Short Film Showcase in future episodes, please go to bcfilms.net. That's bcfilms.net. Contact Bryan Casey, and he'll make sure your film gets a shot of being on our show. So we've got some great films today. Let me tell you about our first one. First, we've got Cinematic Power. Now, this is a documentary about the power of cinema, and it's made by Chris Esper. Chris is a great young filmmaker. He did this with his collaborators at New England Tech, which is a technical college in Rhode Island. And basically, this film is about the power that cinema has over the audience. So let's check it out right now. You might see some familiar faces in this one, and we're looking forward to it. Here we go. To me, a motion picture is a piece of art.
A depiction of life, the human condition.
Extended visual story with sound.
It's an expression of the filmmaker's point of view on the world, their interpretation of certain experiences. I think people go to films in a movie theater specifically for escapism. They're looking for 2 hours or an hour and a half place to go that's beyond their home, beyond their neighborhood, beyond their country.
You see a depiction of life, but at the same time it's tenfold, dramatically.
There's a story that's frequently told in the history of an early film from this period had somebody standing on railroad tracks or right next to it watching a train come toward the camera. When it was shown in theaters, so with this train coming right at the audience, for a while, the first showings of that, the audience screamed and ducked under their seats or tried to run out of the theater because they'd never seen something like this before other than live action where this would be a clear and present danger.
Movies can be an escape, but they allow us to connect because we're looking at a real life thing in a way that a photograph can't, in a way that a painting can, in a way that a book can't. And so when you add in the elements of change of position, that cut from medium shot to a close-up, we've got other psychological things happening, again, that we can't control.
It's representative of human experience, and if you see something in a film, even though it's fictional, if you relate to the character, you'll be more drawn into it emotionally.
The memories that we receive from a film that we view is going to be framed by our experiences that we've brought to that moment. And so if you're in a bad mood, you just broke up with your significant other, and you go to the movies, you're going to have a different type of reaction to the stimuli as if you were in a good mood.
Most people enjoy being amused, enjoy laughing at things. That's very common. Some people, although not everybody, enjoys the experience of being scared, something like a horror movie. That may be satisfying because you can experience the heightened intensity of the fear, but you are perfectly safe. You're not in any danger because this world that you're participating in through viewing the movie is fictional. You are not a part of it.
I think there will always be theaters. There's always going to be some degree of nostalgia that will keep some cinemas around.
There's something about being in the theater where you can get more emotionally involved. I think that's some of the appeal there than you can watching at home.
Cinema and I'm talking about cinema in terms of just motion picture making in general, is simply a series of happy accidents that on paper should not work, but when put all together and when executed, do.
Were these magic grits? I mean, did you buy them from the same guy who sold Jack his beanstalk beans?
Objection, Your Honor.
Objection sustained.
Are you sure about that 5 minutes?
Go the question.
Are you sure about that 5 minutes?
Even don't know. I think you made your point.
Are you sure about that 5 minutes?
Gotta be immersing. When the characters don't look like blank slates and actually feel like they're real personalities up there, which is very hard to come across in movies these days. But that's the deal breaker right there, is the characters.
People want to not be, in suburbia for a while. That's I think why movies are so great, because you're allowed to escape and kind of pretend you're a kid again and pretend you're something that you're not.
Yeah, it's like going off to another place. I remember the first experience going to the movie theater. It's not your house, air conditioned. You have these nice cushy seats. You get to eat while you're watching this movie with a whole lot of people you've never known, and you're sharing all these emotions and feelings together. It's like, how often does that happen where you get to be in a room with total strangers, you're all laughing together, you're all like crying together, scared together, and you're all watching the same thing and enjoying it. So
It's a special event.
yeah, something very special.
Our next film is titled Along a Dark Road. Now this one is made by my partner Bryan Casey. Bryan, once again, is the man you contact if you want to put your short film on our show, the Short Film Showcase. Now Bryan's been making films for a long time. He's been making films like The Unrequited and Paying Your Debts. We'll see all of his stuff on future episodes. Right now, Bryan's going to take us to the world of a hitchhiker and An Awful Truth. This is going to be a good one. It's about 8 minutes long, Along a Dark Road by Bryan Casey. It stars a couple of great actors named Vincent Trainfelia and George Aldrich. Here we go.
Everybody wants my baby, but my baby don't want nobody but me. Everybody, she says maybe, but my baby, she never says no to me. Everybody loves to love, but now everybody's ain't thinking of her. But my baby don't want nobody but me.
Oh, no problem.
Been out there for about an hour.
No problem. Where are you headed?
Newport.
Here, look, I'm headed there myself.
Great. It's getting pretty cold out there.
Well, a little colder than usual. Where are you coming from?
Warren?
Why'd you take the highway route?
I was with some guy, but he was heading in the opposite direction, so he dropped me alongside of the road.
You look familiar.
What's that?
I said you look familiar.
I don't believe we've met. I'm not from these parts. My name's Thomas.
Thomas, eh? Well, nice to meet you. Steve.
Likewise, Steve.
Like country music, Thomas?
I like it just fine.
What happened to your wrist?
Not really sure. What do you suppose happened to them?
That's supposed to mean. I just met you, pal.
Of course.
Wait a minute. You do look familiar. Weren't you at that party tonight?
I was at a party.
You were all over that redhead?
We were hitting it off. She was very attractive.
I used to date her.
You must be the guy she was talking about. The jealous one.
Is it jealous? That was 7 months ago, anyways.
The one with the temper?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did it bother you to see me with her tonight?
No, of course not.
Did it bother you to see me kiss her?
What? Are you with me or what?
No, just proving the point. You do have a temper, and you aren't over her.
Trust me, I am.
I haven't been with her yet.
Look, that's not my personal life. I know why that guy left you on the side of the road.
Of course you do. You also know why you picked me up again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you do.
Why are you bleeding?
Don't ask questions you know the answer to.
Get out. Get the hell out of my car.
Why don't you look in the trunk, Steve?
No, get the hell out.
Only you can get me out.
What?
Why don't you look in the trunk, Steve? You picked me up again because you didn't want anyone to find me. Or her.
You shut your mouth.
You were always jealous, she said, and a horrible temper.
I got you out. With your damn questions.
Why don't you look in the trunk, Steve?
No. Shut up, goddammit.
Why did you do it, Steve? You couldn't bear to see her with someone else? If you couldn't have her, no one could?
Nope. You aren't here. I'm just imagining you. You're not here. You hear me?
Why don't you look in the trunk, Steve?
No. have I done? My God, what have I done?
Mercy, Lord above, what is wrong with me? My eyes cold heart has locked me up and won't set me free. Each day, Lord, that I try, what brings the tears to my eyes? Darkness, I'm your prisoner, set me free. Oh, I try to be the cheerful guy that I used to be. The thoughts that wraps around my heart is, well, it's stronger than me. That love blues, hear my plea, stop upon me. I've been down way too long, set me free. Well, each day long that I try, what brings the tears in my eyes? Also the ground that hangs right over my heart is inside of my mind. That love news, hear my plea, stop my mind. I've been down way too long now, set me free.
Our next film is called Strangers. This one stars Carolyn Fournier, directed by Dave Trudella. This is about a woman suffering from dementia and the relationship with her family. Also, I'd like to mention that roadiewood.com is the website for the Brooklyn Coffee and Tea House and their local film showcase, which is the first Thursday of every month. Come on down for the showcase. I'm your host. We have a great time with local films. If you'd like to submit your film to our TV show, The Short Film Showcase, please contact Brian Casey at bcfilms.net. Okay, enough of the ballyhoo. Let's check out Strangers, Dave Trudella's film starring Carolyn Fournier. Let's take a look.
Thank you.
Don't let him in my kitchen.
Excuse me, do you mind if I sit here? Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Oh, no, no one's there. It's all yours.
Sam Summer, please.
We just won't let him. They can watch the game. Yeah. Sir? Yeah. Nice and relaxing.
Hey, do you mind if I ask you something?
No, what would you like to know?
Was your father a thief? Because I think he stole the stars and put them in your eyes.
Oh, God. That's the lamest lie I've ever heard.
I know. I have more if you'd like to hear them.
No, thanks. One was enough. I'm Karen.
Karen, I'm Jack. I was just kidding. I don't want to interrupt your conversation. I'm married anyway, see?
What's going on? Really? That's okay. Why? Need to head home? Well, Jack, I got news for you. I'm married too.
Wow.
See?
Nice ring.
Thank you. Well, I'm not going to leave my husband or anything, but I'll share a drink with you.
Okay. To all the faithful men and women everywhere. Oh,
What's so funny, Jack?
oh. Nothing.
Come on, I could use a laugh too.
I need another drink.
But you haven't finished this one.
What are you having? And that's when I told her that if you think I'm gonna put a thong on my head, you're completely out of your mind. I'm more of a pantyhose type guy, you know?
Yeah, my husband and I, we never do those kind of things.
Your husband is cheating on you as we speak.
No, that's not funny. You shouldn't say things like that. You know, people could get offended.
With your sister.
That's it. Teach me to have a drink with strangers. You know, I've met some jerks in my life, but you know what you are? You're a cockroach, and someone needs to step on you.
Go ahead and leave. Alan will be calling you any minute to let you know he's gonna be running late.
How do you know his name?
I know a lot of things. Would you like me to tell you where he is right now? I'll give you a hint. He's at the Langford Motel, room number 6. You don't have to take my word for it, though. You can ask him yourself when he calls. Probably deny it. Not answering? Geez, I wonder why. Of course you can go down to yourself. But if you're anything like your sister Rebecca, probably not the jealous type.
What are you doing? You think this is funny? You think ruining people's lives is a big joke? My husband would never cheat on me. He loves me. And nothing you can say is gonna make me think any different. Get it?
Maybe you should try calling your sister.
You. Come on, pick up, damn it. Hello? You son of a bitch.
Shut the f up before I break your head.
Wow. You finally decided to show up, huh? You think there's gonna be a surprise party? Yeah, huh? Here's your surprise.
That's a sick thing. So let me get something straight. Her husband is f***ing her sister.
Legit.
And she did nothing about it.
No.
I would have showed up with an axe and cut off his.
You know what, on top of it? With all the money you make, all you drink is Moet Chandon? Like, what kind of nonsense is that? How come you got no Dom Perignon with a beautiful girl like this? You got no class, you know that?
The scumbag.
This is your business meeting with Tom? You, my sister, my best friend. You realize what you've done? You've ruined my life!
Karen?
You?
Oh, Karen. Why didn't you just go home, huh? If you had only taken a better look at my wedding ring.
Hey, baby. I have to go meet Tom.
All right, I'll catch you at home. Bye. So how was So do we have room lucky number 7?
No, baby, it's not room number 6. Excuse me, sorry. So, right here.
What the hell do you think you're doing, man?
Leave him alone!
Who's got the other half?
It's totally insane.
What are you laughing at? Come on, I could use a laugh too.
I need another drink. Should never trust a man who did 10 years for armed robbery. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Withholding evidence. What'd you think, you're gonna win the William C. O'Malley Award?
Fuck up, move, I'll kill you.
Should've went home, Karen.
Somebody help! Help! Somebody help!
Should've went home.
Somebody help!
Our next piece is something very close to my heart. It's a preview of my short films, the Wrestling with Sanity Short Film Showcase. Now what this is about a 1-minute preview of the 3 short films. These short films that I made, I wrote and directed and co-produced, have won 3 awards in the Rhode Island and Boston and Maine area actually. So we see a little preview of that and we come out to an interview I did with a local reporter about the short film. So enough talking about talking. Let's check out Mike Messier's Wrestling with Sanity preview and my interview. Thank you.
You know, Frost once said there was a fork in the road, and I took the road less traveled. And that has made all the difference. In other words, you'll never be insightful by quoting from famous people. Now go out, get some life experience. That's what makes an interesting writer.
You ever get writer's block?
No. You're the artist.
Sometimes the words come so easy to me, it's like I'm not even writing them. Like I'm God's tool. Divine intervention. Like sometimes I'll stay up real late at night, 4, 5 in the morning, just to see if I can outlast the other writers who are staying up late in their handmade prisons. And then God picks up my pen, writes it for me, and I put my name on it.
Isn't that plagiarism?
If I signed to God, it would be sacrilege.
I don't want to be an interesting writer. I want to be rich and famous.
Why?
So I'll never have to start a conversation.
My name is Jonathan Rizzo with TTN HD Productions. We're covering the Boston Film Night. I'm here with Mike Messier of God's Country.
Hi, I'm the writer and director, co-producer of God's Country, a short film that's featured in the 8 o'clock screening here at Boston Film Night. Glad to be here.
Tell me about the film, Mike.
Well, God's Country is a 15-minute short based on scenes from a full-length script I've written called Wrestling with Sanity, which is about the anguish of mental illness against the escapism of pro wrestling entertainment. In God's Country, we see a couple of scenes where the lead character, Eddie Paz, played by my friend and actor Mark Carter, shares his theories on God with his therapist, the lovely Irina Pellegrad, who's from Brighton, Mass. And that's basically it in a nutshell. I'm trying to get funding for the feature to be made, but making a short on a low budget is a great first step. And being featured in Boston Film Night can only help my situation. Glad to be here.
Why this type of film?
Well, you know, to share a little bit about myself, I've suffered, my family suffered through mental illness, and as a child I became engrossed in pro wrestling, escapism. As I got to be a young college guy, I had theories on God or different God systems, and so this is a manifestation of my own thoughts. A lot of writers write from their own experiences, and that's what I've done here.
Wow, very interesting. How did you meet your key cast and crew members?
Well, Mark Carter and I knew each other going back 12 or 15 years in Providence, Rhode Island. He's kind of a local hero as far as open word, spoken mic musicianship goes. Irina, I met at the Rough Cuts International Film Conference in 2007, I believe, and she auditioned for her role. Mark, I kind of just handed him the role because I knew he could do it. I had to have an audition for the lead actress, and Irina was by far the clear-cut choice. She's a great actress.
Wow. What kind of budget were you dealing with here?
If I just
pocket change.
Pocket change. I'm taking out my wallet to show you that whatever is in the pocket.
It's a pretty thick wallet there,
It's a
buddy.
pretty thick wallet, so it stands a wallet. But whatever, you know, me and my friend and co-producer Tim Labonte, who's also my DP editor, we scrounge together any nickels, dimes, dollars we can put. Try to give the actress a few bucks for her gas money, but the actors pretty much worked for free.
What other equipment did you use?
We have what's a very simple microphone called a Rode mic that attaches on top of the camera. It serves the purpose of a boom mic, except it's a lot less expensive. It's only $80, and for you get a lot of bang for your buck. You get a lot of audio for your $80.
Very nice.
And that's basically it. We had 2 cameras. Me and Tim have the same Sony VX2000, and natural light in an indoor apartment that had a lot of windows. That's it.
How long did it take to shoot this?
We shot over three days. We auditioned, we rehearsed for about 6 weeks. So the rehearsal period was much longer than the actual shoot, and that's the way I like to do things. I like to shoot my movies almost like plays, a lot of rehearsal and then bang them out quick when it comes to shooting.
What other kinds of obstacles did you overcome in this production?
Obstacles, it's just scheduling is always tough for a short filmmaker. You know, scheduling, you have your actors, but we keep our crew and cast pretty small of 4 people, so we didn't have too many obstacles. I think the obstacle now is to go from a nice short film that's won a couple of awards. We won the Imagine News Boston Comedy Film Festival. We tied with Kevin Anderton's film Gay Marriage last summer. And we also won Rough Cuts Film Conference Audience Choice Award. Try to use that momentum to make a feature-length film. And there's a script already there. Just need some funding and some pro wrestling footage in a psychiatric hospital, 3rd act. That's all it needs.
That's it. That's not bad. Yeah. What's the message behind this then? I guess you've already covered a little bit, but what's the main message behind driving the film?
Well, the message of God's Country in particular is just having sympathy or empathy for people that are under mental distress and seeing that they're not all, you know, people that are homeless. They can be functional people but mentally ill at the same time. They walk among you, so to speak. So, you know, it's just something that to keep in mind. And also just entertainment. I think it's an entertaining piece with sharp dialogue and great performances from my actors. So you put your 15-minute investment in watching it, you should get your money's worth, especially if you see it for free.
Yeah, certainly.
You're going to see great things coming out of both Boston and Rhode Island and the whole New England area, to tell you the truth.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the interview, and I can't wait to see the film, man.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I could say just visit MikeMessier.com after you're done watching everything on their website, which is great. I want to thank you and your crew for helping promote my film and having me on as a guest. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
We're all in this together, buddy. So, hey, this is Jonathan Rizzo with TTN HD Productions. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Awesome, man.
Thanks, Jonathan. I appreciate it. Hey, this is Mike Messier, and I'm really happy to have been here with you for the last hour or so. We've had some great short films. Chris Esper, Matt Calici, Bryan Casey, my partner here of bcfilms.net. Make sure you contact Bryan if you want your short film on one of our future episodes. We've had Dave Turdella with his film starring Carolyn Fournier titled Strangers. Finally, we saw Mike Messier and myself do an interview and a preview of my Wrestling with Sandy short film trilogy. So it's all about showcasing local talent. There's a whole lot of local talent as far as film, media, TV here in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and we want to bring you, the audience, in touch with these local filmmakers. We're here to entertain and empower the local filmmakers and bring some high-quality stuff to you, our audience. Hey, guess what? We'll see you at the movies.